Hi everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel Vehicle Control Hub. I Pratik Deshpande here to teach you all MATLAB Simulink, its basics to core concepts regarding electrical vehicles, microgrids, and a lot of other things. We are going to explore a lot of things in this YouTube channel and this series of videos. I am really excited to start our journey with you all. Here we'll be learning and exploring MATLAB and Simulink, two of the most powerful tools used in industry research and engineering. So everybody has a question in their mind. If after my engineering, if I'm going to get placed in a company or if you are going to go for research or any other things like academic projects or anything, which is the best software to explore or to make your projects done. One of the best softwares widely used by like almost all the industries is here MATLAB. MATLAB is developed by MathWorks, the core company which the two of their products that is MATLAB and Simulink. Basically, MATLAB stands for Matrix Laboratory. It was the first software which was developed in order to solve the calculations of arrays and matrices when it in earlier times of 1990s and all when it was really hard to solve matrix problems. This software came into picture and they developed it, and now it is one of the leading software in the field of engineering research and industry. So MATLAB is a high-level programming language designed for numerical computing, data analysis, algorithm development, etc. Simulink, on the other hand, is a graphical modeling environment that makes it easier to simulate and design complex systems from control systems to power electronics to signal processing, machine learning, AI, etc. If you are into engineering, robotics, power systems, AI, image processing, or even academic research, these tools are everywhere, and mastering them opens up huge opportunities. So, now what can you expect from our channel? We'll be giving you all step-by-step tutorials covering from basic to advanced topics, wherein you'll be learning MATLAB right from the basic. As this is an introduction video to MATLAB and Simulink, I'll be exploring and showing you all the tools available in the software. Uh, you can from our channel, we'll be also looking into project-based learning where we'll build real models like converters, inverters, control algorithms, image processing, machine learning, etc. So we'll be also seeing a lot of shortcut keys, debugging the best practices which you can do to save your time, and occasionally industry applications and research insights so that you can Simulink is actually used in real world applications. So, think of this channel as you go to Learning Hub, wherein you are a beginner just starting, or you're just starting to learn how the software works. Let me make it very easy for you all to have this interface between software and an user in such a way like you can develop any projects of your academic or research. If you are excited to learn, grow, and build cool projects with MATLAB and Simulink, then make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon so that you never miss an update. Without wasting a minute, let's get started. Hi everyone, it's your Pratik Deshpande. I hope you all are having an amazing day. Today we are going to explore MATLAB as well as Simulink and see all the tools available in the software, what all can be done using this software. So, starting with why MATLAB and Simulink? Because they are the backbone of so many fields from control systems to power electronics to data science, robotics, and AI. MATLAB is a programming language and environment for numerical computing, visualization, algorithm development. Simulink is a graphical modeling tool that lets you simulate dynamic systems using block diagrams. Once you enter the software, you have in your uh, taskbar basically three things: home, plots, and apps. So home has all these elements, something like new script, new live script. I'll be exploring and showing you all what exactly is this. Then you have to open a new file or create a new file, you use new, and existing file if you want to use, you can use open. You can switch the files using go to file. If you are going to import any of the Excel data, you use that import data option. There is some special feature about this software that is on your right hand side. You can see right here, that is workspace. I'll be showing you all what and why do we need this workspace, how we are going to use this. And to save all the data present in workspace, you have something called a save workspace option. Clean data option to clear out everything, to create a new variable in workspace, open a variable already saved, and you have clear workspace option. So you have runtime, you can control your runtime, and this icon Simulink is used to open the Simulink tool, where I'll be showing you all that also. If you want to change any of your layout, this is a three column layout. If you want to change, you will be going through different layout options as per your preference. Then you can set the path where exactly your file has to be saved and all. Then few add-on things wherein if you want to download any additional toolboxes or explore their toolboxes, you can use this option. Some new feature has come that is called as parallel computing, wherein you can switch between your processor, CPU, as well as GPU, graphical processing unit. Those all things also we'll be looking into, and some help and support from MATLAB team. So starting with the first thing that is in the home screen, what will be exploring, what are things are present. Left hand side, you will be seeing the files. Right now, my files are empty. I haven't saved any file, so this section remains empty here. Now, coming to the command window, this is where you can see your output of the coding or the algorithm which you are going to code. On the right hand side, you have workspace. Whatever variable you'll be assigning in your algorithm will be saved here. Instead of recoding something to extract how you do in other programming languages, in MATLAB, you can just directly see the value of that variable in the workspace. Okay. With an example, I'll be showing you all how to do this. Coming to the next option, we have plots. In plots, we have lot of types of graphs present. So if you have a data set, just import it using the import option, which I have showed you. From there, if you just select that from the workspace, and your all the plots which can be plotted gets enabled. So you can use those plots and you can do. Here you have 3D plots, you have volumetric plots, vector field plots, analytical plots, control toolbox plots, and many more. So coming to the next part, that is apps. In order to save your time, make your work easy, MathWorks has developed these set of applications or APKs or apps, so-called as apps. So in order to save your time, you can directly use this app to avoid the backend coding, whatever you usually do to do small things like curve fitting. You can do your PID control analysis, estimation, and lot of stuff like fuzzy logic designer. These all things you need to start coding from scratch. These are already built in. Select the option you want to do and you can proceed. So something like PID Tuner and so many other apps separately for MATLAB as well as Simulink. Okay, coming back to the point, uh, let me show you all how actually is this MATLAB. So using hash schemes, oh sorry, percentage. Using percentage shows us like I'm adding a comment which is not going to get compiled or while the entire execution. So Okay, let's now first plot a simple sine wave. Okay, so how I'm gonna do is let me assign t. T stands for the time. T is equals to 0. It has its own syntax, so that stands for 0 is to 0.01 is to, let me start with 2 pi. So this is 2 into pi. I'm using a star command here. So this is like I'm starting with a 0 time. My time difference should be 0.01 and my phase shift between the angle is 2 pi. So coming to the next thing, I have to assign this thing to a variable that is y. So now in order to simulate a sine wave, I'll be using a variable called y so that all my signal is generated and saved in a variable called y. Y is equals to, in order to generate a sine wave, I will use the function sine. Sine of what? Sine of t, which I've already mentioned. Now, now my sine wave signal is generated using the time and the amplitude value allotted by the variable t. Coming to the next line, I've now generated the sine wave, but I have to see it. So it has to be a graphical representation. So I'll be using a plot function. Plot of what? What I have to plot? That is t comma pi. It means I'm plotting for a certain time period. What I'm plotting? I'm plotting the sine wave which has already been assigned in my variable called y. So now I have to, okay, let me just check how does this come. Okay, this has executed. It's so now here you all can see how my sine wave has been executed. Okay, I'm getting a sinusoidal wave from. Now, in order to mention the uh, titles of my x-axis and y-axis, I will. Okay, now in order to label my x-axis and y-axis, we have a function called as xlabel. Xlabel of text. What is text? Whenever you type a function, here you can see below that it is indicating you all the syntax to be used. So this is how MATLAB helps you all in order to not to go with the wrong with the syntaxes whatever you are typing. So what is my x-axis here? It is time. Okay, now I have to label my y. So basically I'll use y of label. This same thing here. So now what is my y-axis? It's amplitude. Okay. Now in order to label my graph, I have to add a title. So we have a function called as title is okay. So now target title text. What is my title text? I have to add title text that is a sine wave. Okay, I'll just close this. In order to not to see whatever is coming here. If I don't want to print all of this in my command window below here, I'll be using something called I'll be using semicolons. Okay, so that is why you could previously see my output coming in the command window. So I'll now use semicolons so that it will directly generate the graph and I'll not see any of the outputs below. I'll just hit enter. It does. So yeah, the graph is generated and you can see as I mentioned, I have titled the graph. I have titled my x-axis. I have titled my y-axis, telling it as time, and my y-axis is amplitude. So this is how MATLAB is simple using coding. Okay, so yeah, okay, let me clear this. Okay, so I've cleared my things. MATLAB can be used very simply. Okay, let me do 2 plus 2. What is the answer? 4. Okay, so now you can see it has directly printed me the output value that is 4. Here now ANS answer, whatever is the variable it has given is a temporary variable. Every time whenever you like do a new command, it gets overwritten on that. So previously it was answer is equals to 4. Now if I click enter, it will give me answer is equals to 6. So it means it is now overwriting. This is a temporary variable. Simply, if I have to assign it to a variable for a permanent execution, say like a is equals to 2, b is equals to 3, then I'll do c is equals to a plus b. So now all my variable, whatever is present in uh, a and b will be stored in the particular, value will be stored in that variable. On the right hand side, you can see the workspace variable where it is mentioned A, B, and C with the values printed in that. Generally, in other programming algorithms, you will be doing C is equals to, it will print the value again in order to check what value is being assigned to that particular variable. But in workspace, here in MATLAB, you have this workspace wherein you'll be directly getting the variable name as well as the value stored in that variable. Okay, so moving to the next part, we have something called as two options here, new script as well as new live script. Coming to the first option, new script. New script is used to write a algorithm and or do your programming here. You can save it, then you can directly open it and run your program using the run option mentioned above. Okay. For example, whatever I did previously, a is equals to 2. If I click enter in my this, it will not run. B is equals to 3. Enter. C is equals to a plus b. Okay, if I click enter, it will not run. It will switch to the next line. Okay, so until and unless I click the run option, it will not run. Or you can use F5 key on your laptop or your keyboard to run the file. So once I click it run, it will give me option to save the file before. So it has already taken it as untitled. Let me keep it same. I'll just click it the save button. Okay, so now once I've saved it, here on the left hand side in the files option, you can see the name of the file, whatever I have, saved. Now when I click the run button, in the command window below, you can see the output. A is equals to 2, B is equals to 3, A plus B is equals to, okay, where did it, I had clicked it two times. So, okay, so E is equals to 5. It has printed me the values. Now, say like if I don't want to print A and B, I'll use a semicolon at the end of the A line of the variable A and B here, end of the line, so that it will not execute that. So now when I click enter, now you can see here like my file name that is untitled. Then you have your C variable. What is C variable? It has compiled and it has shown me the value of 5, that is 2 plus 3. This is how you can print only the selected values instead of printing all. Now in order to, okay, coming back to the main point of matrix. uh, okay, let me assign a matrix. To assign a matrix, I need a square bracket. Okay, I will start with 2 cross 2 matrix. Okay, let me take the value 1. In order to tell the computer or tell the software that you are going to end that column, you are going to use a space bar. You can use a space in order to tell the tell the system that you have terminated that particular column. Now I am using the second one. Second column, I have printed it 2. Switching to the next row, you are using a semicolon. When I use a semicolon, it means I have terminated that particular row and I'm switching to the next row. Next row, I'll write as 3, first column. That is second column, I'll use a space again. I'll use it as 4. Okay. Similarly, I'll be doing it for B also, that is 2 space 3 semicolon 4 space 5. Okay, you can use random values. I will remove the semicolon so that you can see the output. Now when I run it, you can see here my matrix is printed. A matrix 1, 2, 3, 4. As I told, 1 space so that you terminate that column. Then you use a semicolon to terminate. Tell the system that you have terminated that particular row. Similarly, how fastly it executed the value of addition of matrix, or else in other systems you would have done writing an array, create an array, two types of arrays, then add them, like array one by one, A0 plus A0, A1 plus A2. MATLAB makes it very easy. Certainly, if you want to go for other thing like D is equals to A star B, that is A into B. And now I'll just hit run. You can see it has done multiplication also for me. So this is how MATLAB works really well. Okay. Now coming to the next option, whatever. Okay, this is all about the new script, the scripting part of the MATLAB. We have another option called as new live script. Okay. When I click this, another will scripting option gets opened up. Let me clear this a little real quick and clear all. Okay. So now this is my live script option. Now what happens in live script? How is it different from your normal script? Here you can see the output on the right hand side every line by line you command. A is equals to 3. I will run it. It will show me the output on my right hand side. No need to go for complete execution. Next, click enter. P is equals to 4. Click enter. C is equals to A plus B. I'll run it. It will show me the output on the right hand side. Here you have two options. Either on the right hand side, there are multiple options like output inline, output on the right hand side, or out hide code. If you want to click on hide code, your code will get hidden. Only the output will be visible. If you are using inline output, after every line of execution, it will be showing you all the output. Okay. So here you have another beautiful option called as text as well as code. So when I okay, so I'll be doing text, and you can type here instead of using the percentage symbol every time in order to specify that it is a comment or a comma or comment or just a description like addition, and I'll use code option so that it comes back to the coding. Then I'll use text again. Okay, assign a variable. Okay, now again if I press code, it will go in my coding option, and you can just see like whenever instead of moving here and running in the main running option, a small bar is given here. If you click on that, it specifies it to run. Now once I've run my code, you can see here it has compiled and the values are printed on the right hand side. But you can see these uh, descriptions whichever are given using the text option is not printed here. This is how live script helps you. When you're doing a huge line of code, every line by line execution you will be seeing on the right hand side. Okay. In the upcoming videos, we will be seeing a huge line of programming wherein with respect to mathematics and all. Few of the mathematic examples we will be dealing in my next video where you will be seeing how live script is very useful for us. This was all about MATLAB coding environment or programming environment using MATLAB. Okay, so now let's jump into Simulink. So when I click Simulink, uh, okay, before going to Simulink, I just noticed we need to do something more. Okay, when I go to manage add-ons, these are all the toolboxes. Uh, these are on my left hand side, all the toolboxes. Okay, these are all the toolboxes available in MATLAB, starting with 5G toolbox, aerospace, antenna, IDO, C2000 block set, you can interface C2000 module also with MATLAB, computer vision toolbox, curve fitting, data acquisition, DSP, embedded coder, GPU coder, HDL coder, and many more. There are more than 120 toolboxes available in this software. So that is how brilliant this software is, how beautiful is this software. Okay, now switching back to the Simulink. Once you click on the Simulink option, this gets open that. Okay, let me just, okay, I love three columns. So this block gets opened up. Now in this block, you have a lot of other options here down. Uh, in order to use that, we'll be using certain toolboxes option, which I will show you all inside. Currently, we'll start with a blank model. Okay, I'll click on create a blank model. It is creating a blank model. Okay, so a blank model of Simulink has been created. Okay, it's a blank option environment wherein you are manually going to add the blocks and do your visual block-based diagram or algorithm development in Simulink. Lot of options above present: Simulink, debug, modeling, format, and again a set of apps used in Simulink environment. Okay. In simulation, you have again open, close, save options, library browser. This is a very important thing. We'll be coming to that. Some prepared like time, property inspector of the graphs and all, data locking, and lot of things. Then here you have the start and stop, stop time of the simulation. How long you want the simulation to run. This is in terms of seconds. So you can start with 1 second, 2 second only if you want to run the simulation that you can run here. And some of the result analysis options are also mentioned here. Coming to the library browser part, once you click on that, it opens you a small tiny block as you had seen the toolboxes where you have lot of tools present, lot of tools present. Okay, and if you want to find a particular block element, going inside this finding is really hard. So there are so many of the tools present inside each other. So say like Simulink, Simscape for electrical engineers. So if I'm going into Simscape, okay, okay, if I'm going into Simscape, you have your utilities, lot of elements present here like ports, input, output ports, etc., etc. So if I'm going for electrical, there are so many like electrochemical analysis, additional components, connectors and references, so many of the things. In utilities, you'll be finding few of the faults and other things. So in order to save our time, I'll just close it. You can just double tap on the screen and search the option here. You'll get the blocks present on that. For example, if I want a sine wave, I'll just search a sine wave. All the elements having the blocks having the name of sine have appeared here. You can select it from here directly. I'll be using the second sine wave here. So this one, I'll just click on that. Okay, double tap so that it gets added on the screen. Okay, in order to see my sine wave output, I will be using a scope. Scopes act as a visualizer or which generates graph for us. It generates graph for us. In order to make this sine wave be present here, you can see this arrow mark. Click, hold, drag and drop into the Simulink on the scope icon. It will get connected. So now whatever output is generated here, it has been transferred to the scope, and scope shows us the visualization. So when I double tap on the sine wave, a small pop-up appears wherein you can change your amplitude, bias, samples per second, then offset sample and sampling time also. Just leave it as default. Okay, I'll just leave it as default. And once I run my simulation, it's running for 10 seconds. Okay, as it is mentioned below, you can see it showed me like it has compiled. It shows like it is running. It's now ready. When I double tap on my screen, a scope appears. Okay, let me enlarge it. You can see my sine wave has been printed here. This is how you develop, no, this is a small example of developing uh, block models in MATLAB. So now if you have encountered a problem wherein it is going left and right, etc., something like this, if you want to reframe your element such that it falls in one particular frame, we have other shortcut, that is using a space bar. Just click on the space bar, it will reframe everything such that all of the icons get comes back to in one particular frame. Okay, so let me quickly delete all this. So this is all about introduction to MATLAB and Simulink. Next video we will be coming up with something new and amazing thing. So time being, and also if you are excited to learn something different than usual what people teach you all, then please do like, subscribe, share to the people who really want to learn MATLAB. Okay, we are here to share the knowledge and we'll be happy to address all the problems you all are facing in your real time world. Okay. I hope you all have liked it. Please do keep be in touch with us. Comment down below if you want to know more anything which I have missed. Please excuse me. Please mention in the comment if anything I have missed. If you want to know, I'll be addressing those in my upcoming videos. So let us stop it here. Thank you one and all. Bye bye. Have a nice day.